Welcome to Welcome to Welcome to สวัสดีกระไมน์เดอะเซ็กต์ซันชาแนลโตโนปะฮูปะฮู Hi
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Andrew Esquire here. Just checking in, hanging out. I hope you guys aren't too destroyed by the waiting music. Someone's like, you should use it as like the loading screen. I'm like, I think people's brains are gonna explode and they're gonna have
emotional damage
from the intro. So hopefully you guys aren't all dead. It's good to see everybody here in the chat today. What's up, everybody? I hope you're doing well. Of course, I'm Andrew Esquire, American attorney over here, and this is Legal Mindset, where we teach you to be your own judge. And we're up on YouTube and Rumble. It took me a second to get the Rumble rocking, but I wanted to try to give it a chance. You know, I try to give all the platforms a chance. So we're up there, and then real quick, I need to get everybody out of notice on locals because it looks like some of my locals people haven't joined yet. So we'll get that out there as well. And shout out to everybody who's following me on all the platforms. It really helps to get those notifications out there if you're following on Twitter or locals, because you guys will get, you know, every single time I do a stream, I put out a tweet and I make sure I put it on my locals. So you guys will always be able to get that, even if YouTube is being weird and not giving you proper notices. We got an interesting kind of lineup today. We're going to talk about, first, we're going to just do some America clips because America. And second, we're going to, you know, some fun VTuber America clips. And we'll talk about some stuff, some America stuff. And then we're going to go into Kirsche versus iShowSpeed, which is really a larger bit on iShowSpeed and any other copyright abuser and these people that are trying to abuse the copyright system on YouTube. We'll get into that. Then we're going to get into some Niji L's. There's some hilarious Niji L's, both in their stock and also in something they forgot to do. It's kind of a big fuck up. And then we're going to talk about a HoloLive W and how HoloLive is winning exactly where I called it and exactly what I said, which is they're going for America. They're going for the West. They're going for the normies, and the normies are paying attention. They're waking up. And then we're going to last get into the Disney arbitration clause. Now, even if you guys don't care about Disney necessarily in Disney Plus, what they're doing here as a strategy is so fucked up. You might think it comes from a company like Niji Sanji. It is on Niji Sanji levels of fucked up in terms of what Disney Plus is doing to try to prevent a wrongful death suit. So literally somebody has died and Disney is trying to wiggle out of it based on some bullshit. And you guys aren't going to believe this. but it is in fact something they are trying to do for real. So I'm going to explain that to you guys, and I'm going to fill you in clip at the end. A little fill-in clip as an end cap. So we've got everything there. I hope you guys had, from me to you, wherever you are in the world, I hope you had a lovely July 4th. July 4th is a great celebration, not just for Americans, but for freedom and independence worldwide, wherever you are in the world, right? Even if you're not in America. The principles we stand for in terms of independence, freedom, and liberty. And liberty, I broadly construe as both personal liberty and liberty in terms of as much freedom from the government as you can fucking get. I definitely stand for those principles, and I represent those worldwide. International Freedom Day, because freedom isn't something that should be limited to just Americans. It should be everybody, including you. So on that note, let's talk about the Freedom Lady. Let's talk about the Freedom Lady. I know a lot of you guys have seen this one, but this is like, I feel like this needs to be like mandatory watching for everybody on July 4th.
You motherfuckers. Hey! Hey, excuse me.
Me?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, hello.
No, hello.
Excuse me. Freedom. My name is Sakura Miko. Thank you.
Call me Coco.
Sakura Miko.
Call me Coco.
No. Sakura. With me.
Sakura?
Oh, Miko.
Miko.
Oh, yes.
Call me Coco. Call me Coco.
Okay. Kaka! どこってなんて言うんだっけどこフリーダムゴーフリーダムレディーゴー
Freedom, ready, go?
フリーダムレディーゴーレディーゴー
Let it go, let it go.
I want to be
Frozen? Frozen?
No.
Freedom lady. Freedom lady.
Freedom.
Statue of Liberty?
Yeah.
Statue of Liberty?
Yeah.
You want to go to Statue of Liberty?
Yeah.
Oh! Okay. I know the place.
Such a good clip. That is such a good clip. Oh man, I the first time I saw that, I died. It was great. Fun stuff. None left. Thank you for the 10 Legal Mindset memberships. Appreciate you being for absolutely super based. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Niji and Disney both shot themselves in the foot, wondering why it happened. They never learned. They never learned at all. No, they did not. Also, happy American Day. Happy American Day to you, whether you're in America or anywhere out there in the world. Kid Loco said, emotional damage to Messi, missing a penalty. Ouch. Yeah, it sucks. Elwin said, fun fact, Doki Bird's birthday is also, yes. Shout out to Doki. I know it was her birthday today, and I know she came out with a lot of stuff, actually. She had a lot of announcements today. So big shout out to Doki. I'm glad she's doing fine. I'm glad she's having a great time. And also, she's celebrating at Anime Expo. I mean, look at the turnout for Doki. This is exactly the type of thing. Look, this is a positive outcome for her. And this is way better than any judgment in court or anything else, is having supporters like this turn out big to Anime Expo coming out for Doki. I mean, that's the best positive outcome for her, right? And listen, I just want positivity, and I just want people to go out there and support who they want to support, and feel free to do that. So happy July 4th to those that are still free to go out there and support Doki. It's absolutely awesome. Thank you, everybody, for doing you and being you, and don't let anybody tell you or shame you for your hobby or whatever else you have. If they ever try to do that shit, fuck them. As Elwin says, fly high, right? Fly high. Greeb says, why are there anime bitches in the thumbnail? I think the real question is, Greebs, why not? GW attacked a guy. Arch Aziz says, okay, well, I'll get with him and maybe that'll be a future story. Chaos Mesh just listened to Aaron Lewis and played Metal Slug X. Oh, awesome. Yeah, Metal Slug is fucking awesome. Yeah, that's my fill of America. Great. Mr. Squiggles, member for 2 months. Happy July 4th, everyone. Happy July 4th to you. Then we'll get oh, awesome. Also on locals, shout out to everybody over there. Joe Schmo says, I'm working on some anime blogging. Cool. So awesome. What's up? So glad to see everybody there jumping in on locals. Appreciate y'all. All right. And I did have a 10-minute clip. But before I play the 10-minute clip, right? I just want to, as an expat, right? I deal with a lot of Europeans, and this meme on July 4th always resonates with me because I'll be sitting in a bar, and I'll be like looking at whether it's watching the debates or looking at politics or looking at some dumb shit going into America. And I'll be like, this is so fucked. Everything is fucked. Oh my God, we're so screwed. Right. But then I'll hear some like German or Frenchman be like, at least we aren't America. And I'll be like, all right, motherfucker. Okay, you're going to be running up the white flag in about 2 seconds, right? And we ain't going to bail you out of this one, right? Absolutely fucking roasting the Continentals, every time they decide, if you only had a little bit of socialism, you would be so much better. Yeah, fuck you. You blew a 13 colony lead, baby. That's right. It's great. I see Americans doing this and sit here not worried about money. I don't care. We got good teeth, motherfuckers. We got good teeth. Right? Powder Greg says, America coming again, save the motherfucking day. Yeah. I gotta get a clip of that won't get me struck. Every time you play Team America music, it gets you in trouble. Jackson says, hey, happy 4th, Legal Mindset. Also, Niji got owned at AX. Oh, not good. We're going to get to the Niji own in a second. We are going to get to that. Also, Powder Keg Greg says, America. Yeah, got that one. Appreciate y'all very, very much. All right, let's watch this little 10-minute clip, 2-minute 10-minute clip about what she was surprised about America. This one had me laughing. This is actually really funny. Okay.
Mama.
You know what I did experience at the In-N-Out hamburger place? My first full moon. Like, I thought it was a myth to see like very chubby people with like the biggest butt cracks ever. But I witnessed it and I was like, wow, it's real! USA! And also, how comfortable people dress. I was saying to Sheena, because I think she tweeted about it at some point. I don't know. I didn't have access to my Twitter. The waitress had amazing butt. Like a massive butt. Like one of her ass cheeks was the size of my head. And I just kept looking at that waitress's ass every time she passes by because I was thinking, that's not fucking real. There's no way. That's fake. There's no way. And everyone's so comfortable dressed up. And I was thinking like, am I overdressed? Am I too overdressed for anything? Am I? I think I am. I'm too overdressed for anything. I don't have anything casual. I felt so out of place. They didn't let me in Legoland because they looked at me and they said, I'm sorry, we're not allowed to give only adults permission to join. You need to have a child with you. So I was like, what the fuck? Let me in. I'm here for the fucking Legos. Also, America has no fucking walking roads. Everything is by car. It's fucked up. My only complaint about fucking USA is no wonder you guys are massive fucking obese. Where the fuck do you walk in this goddamn country? You can't walk for shit.
Okay. This is a fact, though.
I went to my first Walgreens and got meds. You can get meds in a fucking 7-Eleven lookalike shop. What the fuck? That's so insane.
Well, to be fair, okay. So this is a little bit of foreign stuff. So different countries have different prescription rules, right? So the US is actually not the most lax. There's other countries where you can just get prescriptions, no problem. You just roll up and you're like, yo, I want some penicillin. And they're like, yo, here you go, right? Like, so Japan is fairly strict. On the levels here, just so you guys know.
Did you get to experience American tipping? Yeah, I want to complain about that. Americans, I don't give a shit that you are gonna get insulted by what I'm about to say and complain. But it's kind of fucked up. Like, I didn't pay anything, but Sheena paid with the card, and they take your card in the back, and then they come back with your card, and then afterwards you sign on the tip how much percentage they're gonna add on top of your credit card thing. That's fucked up, and that should not be fucking legal. I find that illegal. That's shocking to me. How the fuck do you take someone's credit card in the back, and then they give it back, and then they add more on top of that? Should they not do all of that at the same time?
Really quick. So in Japan, Korea, typically they do all that in front of you, or you go to the front of the shop and you pay, right? So you see what they're doing. So there's no chance for anybody to skim your card or scan your card or whatever, right? Like, so it's very, to them, it's very weird, right? It's very, very weird.
Time in front of you to see that they take this much? It's not safe. It's not safe at all. Did you tip 30%? I didn't tip jack shit in my stay in America. She not paid, but I'm not tipping jack shit.
You don't tip?
No, I don't believe in it.
That's a good clip, by the way. The no tipping from Reservoir Dogs. That's a really great scene. Good stuff. Yeah, we have no VAT here. We have no value-added tax in the U.S. We do have sales tax, but that's not the same thing as a VAT. But yeah, tipping has gotten insane, guys. I'm gonna say, like, I was back in the U.S. and it's gotten fucking ridiculous. Like, when I'm starting to be on the Mr. Pink side, right? In fact, you know what? Should I find that that Mr. Okay, we'll probably get a strike over this, but it's actually a really good clip. Let's see. Okay, can we get away with this? Okay. This is okay. Well, you know what? It's July 4th. We should watch this clip. But let me get these first. Spooky Trooper, welcome as a new YouTube member. Subscribe for the mega based mindsets. Don't always agree with you, but you always do your best to be unbiased. Also, tipping is bold. Just want to wage, for fuck's sake. Yeah. When like, places that have no business asking for tip are now asking for like 20 to 30, 40%, right? I saw a place that had 35% on their tipping option. I'm like, what the fuck? Why am I going to pay you 35% of the value of the thing when you did nothing for me? You literally did nothing, right? It's really insane. But okay, let's play a little bit of the clip from Reservoir Dogs. This is 4 minutes. We won't play the whole thing, but this is actually really hilarious.
I'll take care of the check. You guys can get the tip.
I'm gonna have to get at it. I'm gonna have to.
Should be about $1 a piece. And you, when I come back, I want my book.
Sorry, it's my book now.
Hey, I changed my mind.
Okay, so this one is a little bit of a okay. So like they're all going to tip in here, right? So let me fast forward a bit. Okay, a little bit of warning here. Sorry, I forgot. Reservoir Dogs has a little spicy language in it, guys. Sorry. A little bit of spicy language. We're definitely in trouble on YouTube now. So make sure you smash the like button because, stuff happens when I just play clips and I forget what the fuck they say in them.
Let me just get this
For the waitresses.
I'll stop there because anymore they're gonna get angry with me. But yeah, that's a great clip. If you guys hadn't seen that, that's such a good movie, by the way. Reservoir Dogs, totally worth watching. I mean, it's an oldie but a very, very goodie. I always enjoy going back to it. Like, the old movies are just so fucking good, right? This is before I transitioned to watching anime. I watched old movies. Really good clip. Chaos Smash says, check out Common America's VTubers singing America the Beautiful. Oh, awesome. I think I've seen that one. I'll pull it up in a future stream. Today I've got to get through stuff, and my brother's in town, so I'm going to lunch with him. So I'm on a little bit of a time crunch, but this is good. I'll pull it up another time. I quit eating out when fucking Subway wanted a tip. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Places like Subway, Chipotle, like, no, you're doing your job, right? You're doing your job. It's their duty to do their job. And the point is that the corporations, and I know this because I was a corporate attorney, they are trying to shift the burden on you, and they're also trying to pay their employees less. because tipped employees do not need to be paid as much when in reality as a non-tipped employee. So let's say the minimum wage for a non-tipped employee goes up to $15 an hour. Well, the tipped employees might be still at 7 or 8 or 9. So if they can say, oh, they get tips. And now those tips are supposed to add up to the minimum wage, but nobody ever actually counts that, right? That's the real secret, is nobody ever checks and confirms that. It's sort of on an honor system. And you know that's never honored, right? Rue Shady says all media before 2010 was based without trying. It was just people were speaking the way that people spoke, right? You know, that was just like how people spoke in the 90s and 80s. You know, that was just how it fucking was. You know, like it or don't like it, you know. All right. So let's get into our favorite spicy Fox. So this is something I want to bring up because I'm actually going to do another interview with somebody next week about copyright issues and, you know, have another stream on copyright issues and other stuff like that. It's a very ongoing topic, but we had our favorite spicy Fox or spicy cat. Sorry, spicy cat, right? I've watched the Asman clip. It's a spicy cat. A fox is just a spicy cat. So we had her. This is earlier. This is on, I had my stream on Saturday, Kirsche. Obviously, I'm talking about Kirsche here, right? I had my stream on Saturday, a 5-hour, 20-minute stream, and copyright claim by iShowSpeed for playing a 2-minute clip of him talking to a race car driver. So this is when he's like yelling at a race car driver to buy his car, and the driver doesn't want to sell it to him because he doesn't look rich enough. I talked over the clip, I paused it and had a discussion about the clip after it was over. This is the very definition of fair use. She is exactly right. That's exactly what fair use is. That's precisely squarely within the four corners of fair use. I was unaware that Speed previously was outed in late 2022 and 2023 for abusing the copyright system. But when it was hit, my community showed me the video by the Act Man, who made a video on the entire situation and how many Speed had previously falsely claimed. He's falsely claimed a lot of people. And the big issue was, and this is something that was brought up, and I know Rev did a video on it as well. And I'll just real quick here, credit to Rev. I watched his video like as show prep here, where he talks about, you know, iShowSpeed was saying, oh, no. iShowSpeed was saying, that's not me. I'm not the one copyright claiming you. But he was caught with his pants down. And eventually he admitted, because YouTube forced him to admit, that this company, Thumb Media, was actually him. So this company that was copyright striking everybody, he was saying it wasn't him. He was saying, oh, no, someone is false copywriting all of my videos. Well, actually, it's bullshit. It was him. He was doing it. He was just scared of the backlash. So he was claiming everything. He was just fucking claiming everything, period. But he was lying about it, and he was being an absolute cuck. Now, the thing is, despite being called out as a cuckold, right, a copyright cuckold, which I am 100% against, I'm strongly against copyright striking people, particularly for fair use. It's the most beta bitch thing out there. Now, I think it's fine to copyright strike somebody if they steal your entire video or a significant part of your video. Like if you have an hour-long stream and they're just reposting your stream, yeah, okay, strike them. That's fine, right? Or if you have an hour-long stream and they're taking 30 minutes and there's no commentary on it, yeah, fine. And they're just re-uploading it, yeah, no, go ahead and strike them on that, because that's just theft. There's no fair use there, right? But if they're clipping it, and especially if they're like adding commentary or whatever, that's fine. But even with clippers, I think it benefits you to have clippers. I had people contacting me recently about people clipping my stream without my permission, because there are many people that clip my streams without my permission. I don't strike them because it helps me. It helps me for the clippers to be out there, because it gets my name out there and it gets my information out there, and it may help other people enjoy my stuff. So if somebody else wants to go out there and clip my channel as much as they want, they can do that. I don't give a fuck, right? Clippers actually end up with you winning. So I'm okay with that part, right? But here, this is complete bullshit. This is fair use. This is commentary, right? So she submitted an appeal and it was denied. I am a Twitch streamer and dual cast to YouTube, so I have no idea how to navigate their atrocious copyright system. Well, unfortunately, almost nobody does. And the only people who do are people with ins with YouTube. Guys, I told you this the other day. My second channel, Go East Gentlemen, I got demonetized, right? And I was like, why did I get demonetized? And they're like, well, because the majority of content on your channel is reposted content. I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? I don't repost anything. All my videos are original. So I go back and I look and I find one short where I had edited it a little bit, but I edited a little bit, but I didn't edit it, I guess, enough for them. So I thought, okay, that's probably it. So I delete that one short. And then all of a sudden they email me, say, oh yeah, your channel's remonetized. So clearly YouTube is not looking at these things. Clearly YouTube is not at all caring about anything you're saying as a content creator. They're just automated turning stuff down, turning stuff down, turning it down. YouTube's system is set up in a way that they just automatically deny your appeals. They automatically say fuck off, and they make you go and dox yourself. Because as a VTuber, in order to proceed, what Kirsche would have to do is she would have to dox herself and say, hey, I am still standing up to this and I am saying, sue me. Here is the place. Here's my full legal name. Here's the place you can sue me fuckers, right? You have to do that as part of a copyright claim, right? So, I mean, that's a huge problem in the system, and it puts the presumption on the side of the claimant, on the side of the person claiming, where under a fair use analysis and under the Digital Millennium Copyright Act, you actually should be presuming in favor of the fair use. And you should be siding with the creator who says, no, in good faith, I am telling you this is fair use. And then if the person claiming it wants that money, they've got to take it to court. But because they're pussies, because they're trying to, we're going to cater to corporate. We're going to cater to corporate. We're going to cater to big people. We're going to cater to the connections. They're on the side of the big corporations, the people that have connections, right? So unless you have an in with a network that is in with them, right, you don't get anywhere. You don't get anywhere. That's why the big people end up getting places and the small people don't. Kid Loco said, but we need to give the long man taxes. Listen, never, ever, ever tax the long man. Oh, Yamada said, Chicago has removed tipping. Good. And the funny thing is, Zentetsu13 says, and the funny, ironic thing is, Kirsche was defending the piece of shit iShowSpeed in that. Yes. We're going to get into Norway in a second. Andrew B says, I feel less sympathetic about this Norway venture. I'm going to show you what happened to him in Norway, where karma for our favorite spicy cat came all around. I love it. Irham Amin from Indonesia. What's up, my Southeast Asian brother? For 2,000 Indonesian rupiah, says time for us SEA bros to ramp up the racism. Let's do it, baby. There ain't no racism like Southeast Asian racism. Oliver Klozoff says support Andrew's point. Donate to Law and Crime now. Law and Crime, just for the inside joke, Law and Crime is a legal kind of news network, and they are the biggest copyright cucks out there. They will strike everybody who uses their shit if they get a chance. Wild Kate says YouTube needs a strike abuse policy with teeth. Yes, they do. And they need to punish people for abusing it and take down their channels. Repton says too many bots, not enough base people. L-Speed, yes. And he hasn't suffered for it, but what we can do is shame this motherfucker. And I'm not going to forget that iShowSpeed is a copyright cuck. And I'm going to bring it up on every single time I'm on any podcast, because I ain't going anywhere. And I go on some pretty big podcasts. And this motherfucker, to me, is permanently a copyright cuck. And I burn that into my memory. So anywhere I go, anytime I'm speaking about iShowSpeed, he is now forever a copyright cuck. LJG says, what if a VTuber sets up a company or trust and has a trust tell him to come? So that's fine. You can put the trust or company information. That's fine. But you have to have one. A lot of people don't have that. You should have that. Over here on, let me get this one on locals, and then we're going to move on to the karma, right, that I got. So over here on locals, Xander's Rand says, how many people on here are going to go to that Dodger game featuring HoloLive? We're going to get to that, but here's the thing. The normies are getting the word of HoloLive out there. They're getting the VTubing gospel. So that is definitely something that does happen. And when they see stuff like baseball cards, like this sort of thing, Let me pull up what's on like this sort of thing. This gets the normies into stuff, right? We're going to talk about that with HoloLive a little bit later. But this is how you win over the normies. This is how the waifus win. And this is why people that are scoffing at VTubing have no fucking idea how big this shit is going to get. Normies are going to fall down this rabbit hole and they're not going to know how deep it goes. They're going to all fall down. They're going to fall down this rabbit hole hard. That's a real collaboration, by the way. Not some Niji bullshit. We're collabing with the NBA, even though they're really not. Okay, so what was the karma that happened to iShowSpeed, and how did Spicy Cat get back here? Well, right here, Kirsche said, how karmic. So this is from Drama Alert. They fucking pulled my hair out and threw piss at me. So iShowSpeed had his hair pulled out, had piss thrown at him, and had people jumping on him. He said he's never going back to Norway again. Look at this shit. This is actually great. So you see him here. He's there. He's a little fucking chode twat here being pulled out right here. There he is. You see him right there in the middle. They're pulling his hair. That's piss. The piss is being thrown at him. Like literally, like look at this shit. Somebody jumps off onto him. Boom. Jumps onto him. Like, bro, that's great. They're throwing piss at him. That liquid that gets doused is piss. Absolute fucking karma. Couldn't happen to a nicer guy. That's absolutely what you get. And when you cultivate an audience like he cultivates, that's what you get, right? That's what you get. You know, that is Norway. Yes. Are you sure it's Norway? You guys haven't been to Norway very often, have you? Have you guys been to Norway? See, I'm going back to Europe for the first time in like 5 years. But even 5 years ago, like I've been going to Europe since I was 18 years old almost. It's changed, guys. The demographics of Europe have changed. Yeah. People thinking that it's like that Norway is some lily white, thing out of, it's like, what is it? Sound of Music, even though that's supposed to be Austria, but like they think that it looks like something out of Sound of Music. That's not Norway anymore, right? Just saying. Like Scandinavia has changed a lot. I mean, thank the EU for that, right? Thank the EU for that. For better or for worse, that's your call, guy. Is it better or is it worse? Scandinavian bros, let me know. Scandinavian bros, give me your opinion. Right. Hypnotic and Rapture, member for 9 months. Thank you, brother. And thank you for sending me the clips. I really appreciate you being a fucking G with the clips. Says, while YouTube is working on community notes for videos to be abused by cultists, yes, that's going to be crazy. When YouTube does community notes, it's going to be fucked because they're going to put notes on all this shit. They're going to put notes on everything. Like VTubers are, an extremist movement out of Japan. Like they're going to do shit like that. Trust me. They should fix the broken copyright or mass flagging issue. It's outrageous. Speed deserved it and gets no sympathy. Yeah. But I do think I'm really afraid of YouTube community notes because I think they're going to be abused. They're already abused, right? They already put comments like CDC warnings and other stuff like that on videos that don't need it or deserve it. If I put community notes, someone says, I want to see legal mindset community notes. If I did community notes, shit would get based real quick. Also, speaking of based, you finished Dungeon Meshi. Congratulations. Absolutely. 100%.
Not a sin. I cannot absolve you. Mega based.
Based. Dungeon Meshi, great anime, delicious and dungeon in English. Great one to see. We reviewed that the other day along with Spice and Wolf and Jobless Reincarnation. Great animes. Wildcat says it looked like the Kirsche hit squad to me. Yeah, the Kirsche hit squad is a bunch of Africans in Norway. Yes, that's the key demographic for Kirsche is African Norwegians. That's her prime demo. It's her prime demo. And yes, I am going to watch Kaiju number 8. Don't worry, guys. Don't worry. All right. So want to see an EGL? We got 2 EGLs for you today. Well, the first one is, as always, and this is a great one. So Niji tried to do this stock buyback, and they had a temporary pump to their stock. I remember when I was going on and I was covering the Niji quarterly report, people were saying, look, their stock went up. Right after their stock went up because they bought it back, people fucking sold it. They looked at the number and they said, this is the highest it's going to be. And they fucking sold, right? People sold out. So the entire buyback has been fucking gutted, right? They are getting gutted right now in Niji Sanji stock. So they're already falling now. Yes, once again, the stock market, this is hashtag not financial advice. Where is it right here? I got the banner here, not financial advice, buy Dragon's Treasure Tea, code mindset, all the good stuff. Join BLM, smash the like. But this is looking bad for Niji. But what was even worse for Niji, and this is one that some people sent to me, and I'm like, oh boy, was what happened with Michi Mochivi, right? So I've got this clip here. I think it's a minute or two about what happened with Michi.
The land of anime. I can't wait to meet my waifus.
Michi Mochivi? Oh man, I don't know what to say to her. She's new around here, and
With that voice, you actually sound like he was a skater boy. I loved her. You sound like that. You actually sound emo. What? Am I crazy?
emo?
Yeah, with that voice, you sound emo.
How is that emo?
Say your quote.
The darkness doesn't scare me. My only
That's
fear
emo.
is losing myself.
That's emo.
Chaos. I call it fun.
How interesting.
Mysterious.
Look, guys, I'm not on contract anymore. I've been away. It's been like, how long have I been
So
streaming?
here we go. So here's the point. So remember, Niji Sanji contract was like the worst thing ever. It was like the most horrible contract I've ever reviewed in my life. So he's saying, look, I'm not on contract. I'm off. I can do whatever the fuck I want. And then we get the bombshell.
Like 10 months now? I'm good, bro. I don't need to be subtle, but I still do for the respect of others, okay?
I've never been on one. High five.
Wait, you never been on one?
I said this on my stream even.
Yeah.
I talked about it. Basically, is something fucked up there, and I never really gotten to signing it, so...
Wasn't it like I remember, it was like
They messed up my
error.
address, I think.
Yeah, like an address error. And
They messed it up. And I was like, oh, you gotta fix that.
yeah, can you fix this? They're like, okay. And then
I was sitting there, and I was like waiting. Until today, I'm still waiting, unironically. I'm still very cordial, If they ever send one to me right now, I'll still sign it. Like, I'm still...
Wait, what? What? No, Mitchie, no. Do not sign a contract at this point. You've already graduated. Why would you sign the contract? No, you don't have to legally. Don't do it. Don't do it, Mitchie. Send this clip to her, please. Do not sign a contract after you have no legal obligation to sign the contract. You're done. Your duties are done. You have nothing to do. Do not sign. Do not sign. It's not about cordiality. The contract is ridiculous. Do not sign it. Don't.
Still gonna be cordial, As much as you want to get angry at it, chat, you don't have to like someone to respect them. So I will still respect it nevertheless.
guys, I respect you.
But what do you mean? You don't like me? No, what the fuck did you say?
Okay. Yeah, you should never, ever sign a contract after you're out from the responsibilities. Now, you can just be what she said, though, is probably true insofar as during the tenure of her contract, she probably obeyed the terms of the contract, regardless of whether she actually signed or not, right? Which is fine. You can do that if you want to, right? But definitely, if you've graduated, if you are no longer in a organization, and by the way, this isn't just for VTubers. This is also for you guys out there working. If you no longer work at a company, Do not sign something unless it's a settlement agreement that is going to give you money. Unless you are getting money out of it, and that's money you don't have, like it's a settlement. And if it's a settlement, you need to read it. And then say, give it to your lawyer, get a lawyer, read it, or somebody who knows their shit. Have them read it. Unless you're getting something from that, you should not. You should not sign that at all whatsoever. Douglas Diaz, 5 Legal Mindset memberships. Thank you so much for being absolutely.
Hello, Beso Department.
And thank you for supporting the channel over the past months. I appreciate it. All those that have been the OGs that have been here for a while, Douglas, I know you're one of them, supporting me over the last couple months. Thank you so much. Really appreciate you. Really, guys. Really appreciate you guys. You guys absolutely come through and you help me do this on a regular basis. This is something that, is something I love to do. But I get to do it on a regular basis because of support of guys like you and people like you guys. So thank you so much for the support. Appreciate all of you. And also appreciate y'all on July 4th, 700 of you in the chat. If you could do something, even if you don't super chat, smash a like button. That's all. All right. Oh, Flora Nova. This is only 2 months for me, but happy to be here. Welcome. Happy to have you guys, whether you're the result of a free membership or whether you purchased. I appreciate all of you guys that are members. And we will have another member stream coming up very, very shortly, probably in the next week and a half or so. All right. Now on to the HoloLive W. So we got the Niji L. Here's the HoloLive W. This is something in the LA Times. Now, look, I don't like most mainstream media. I don't like most newspapers. I think they're absolute dog shit. They do horrible coverage. But I have to acknowledge that the normies read shit like this. The normies still read stuff like the New York Times, the LA Times, stuff like that. The very fact that the LA Times is talking about this, how Gargura and VTubers could help the Dodgers further tap into the Japanese fan base. The fact that you're getting normies talking about this is absolutely fucking massive. This is a huge W, right? For them because it pushes into mainstream, whether we like it or not. And yes, I agree. Many newspapers now are just fancy toilet paper. Absolutely agree. But that said, it still pushes this in the narrative to a lot of those normies out there. And talking about how Gargura, right, and her lore here is going to attract people who are perhaps past Japanese fans or fans of Japanese background or maybe Asian background, right? It's going to get them in there, right? And how Gargura's 4.5 million are going to merge into looking at the Dodgers, right? So she has 4.5 million subs on YouTube. On X, she has 1.9 million. The Dodgers have 2.8 million followers. But think about that. Guys, a single individual VTuber has almost as many followers as an entire American baseball team. Think about that for a second. Just think about that for a second. Like, one VTuber alone is equivalent to a baseball. And I'm sure that, by the way, there's baseball teams that have less people following than follow Gura on X, right? That's pretty big. That's pretty fucking big. It's pretty fucking big. And certainly she'd be bigger than most official channels on YouTube, because 4.5 million is pretty fucking big. So, and once again, Gura is very big, right? She is very big. But this is absolutely a way for them to profit. And we go back to those trading cards like they're showing on my locals. The trading cards are already on sale for $125. Guys, where did we talk about this? Where did we talk about this? When we were covering HoloLive. This is where Niji Sanji is going to take the L, and people aren't realizing it's in the fucking merch, right? It's in the merch. A shirt going for $195. $200 for a shirt. This is where the money is. This is where the money is, right? That merch money is serious. And to bring in that sort of money and bring it in dollars which they can convert to yen at such a favorable rate. And mind you, they're going to be distributing this merch from America, so their costs are going to be even lower. Yeah, this is a massive W, a huge W for HoloLive and for Cover Corporation. For Cover and its signature HoloLive brand, the Dodgers promotion is one step in its campaign to broaden the appeal of VTubers beyond the fervent core of Japanese young men. Of the viewers on Gura's YouTube channel, half are 24 or younger, and 9 in 10 are male. Dodgers pitcher Yoshinobu Yamato is 25. HoloLive avatars have appeared in promotions for Japanese Pacific League in which he played. I showed him a picture of Gura and asked if he recognized her. He said he did not. Our goal is to make sure that people know what VTubing is, right? So here's the VTubing pack. So people are going to start recognizing them more and more and more, right? That may 10 years ago, the whole concept of streaming was pretty strange. It was not really existing. Now we acknowledge it as normal means of communication. We want the same thing for VTubing. This is what I said. And I replied to Junie earlier. This is why the next decade is going to have the mainstream understanding what VTubing is. That's the next decade. That makes Cover no different from the dozens of companies signing up as Dodger sponsors to get their message out to a large mainstream audience. The difference is this is something that people don't know about. This isn't like Bud Light, right? This isn't something where people know beer, people know cars, people know chips, people know razor blades. They don't know VTubing. And when this market opens up, it's going to get fucking massive, right? And they say right here, the goal is to expand in the US market, right? That's the goal. And that's the real W. And that's where HoloLive is going to win over Niji Sanji, hands down, hands down. Also, yes, rip Bud Light. Bud Light fucked themselves and they will never recover from that, by the way. Chaos Smash says, keep in mind, Mitchie eats moldy food. That's very in character. Character. Enterprise of Grey Ghost says, what the hell did I walk in on? What about Kirsche and fake Norwegians? No, they're real Norwegians. The Norwegian government acknowledges them. So they're real Norwegians. It's Norwegian policy. So if Norwegians have a problem with that, well, they should stop voting for people that, have those sort of policies. Enterprise Grey Ghost says, also no, keep the normies out, hold the gate shut. I'll say this. That's who they're going to target to. Now, once they're in, it's the duty for people to vet people based on their issues and positions and what they take, and to, if they're coming in and they're having bad takes, to call that out, right? But that said, growth is a good thing. It's a good thing. If you care about your Oshi or your, the creator you're supporting, you should want them to grow. You should not want their chat to remain a 50 live viewer chat forever, right? You can't sustain that forever. And if your creator had that, but if Gura had an audience of 25 people or 50 people watching her, she wouldn't be going as long as she did. She would have already probably checked out of the industry, right? But that's not the case. She has millions of followers, right? So you want them to grow so they can continue to do more and put more resources into what they have. That said, if people come in and they try to start shit or they have bad takes, absolutely call them out. That's what gatekeeping is. That's the good form of gatekeeping. How would I invest in a VTuber as investment? So there's a lot of different ways. So obviously, one way is you could pick a company. That's probably the most normie way, right? So if you're investing in Cover Corporation, right, that's one way to do it. Another way to do it is to provide services to VTubers. I think right now, let me say one thing, and correct me if I'm wrong, chat, but one business opportunity I see, if somebody could actually do it, is create a reliable, professional service for model creation and rigging. So a professional company that is professional, that delivers on time, that has standards, that is like, there's a predictable process, because right now I see a lot of people getting fucked in modeling and rigging, right? A lot of people getting fucked there. Creating a professional service that does that and keeps to standards would, I think, be really, really big. And I think they would get, and honestly, you'd get people promoting it on a lot of different channels. You could do affiliate deals. And even if it costs more, if they're reliable and you know they're not going to steal your money. Yeah. Now people are saying Iron Vortex. I haven't heard of them. This is the first time. Why is this the first time I'm hearing about them? Right. Yes. A professional company that's professional, a professional company that acts professional, and it's more than one person. Right. It's just service. It's not, you're not focusing on at all on, you know, making money off the streaming. Right. It is hard to get into. That's a good thing. So let me tell you guys something about business. If the business is hard to get into, that actually can make it good, because if you're able to get into it, that acts as what's called a moat. Warren Buffett calls it a moat, right? Which protects you from people just wandering into it, right? If you're able to get it down and actually compartmentalize it, or create a process, or create an assembly line almost, you know, in terms of you do this, you do this, you do this, and it gets it done in an expedited way, that's fine. Right? So maybe somebody focuses on, for example, somebody focuses on purely you're doing this portion of the work. One person is dealing with the client, another person is dealing with the marketing, right? Instead of one person having to do both the rigging and their marketing and their advertising and everything else. No, break that up. Have a company that's professional, right? One person that just deals with the client, one person that just does the work, right? One person that handles the finances, right? It's good stuff. Yeah, smack that mic. Bad mic, bad mic. Dr. Disrespect video, please. Age consent. There's not much to say more on Dr. Disrespect. I've covered that. So yeah, just saying, I've really covered Dr. Disrespect. I don't think there's much else to say. If you've got a question about it, feel free to ask it as a super chat. But I think I've covered that. Semi-Eclectic says, as a lifelong Padres fan, I'm conflicted about the whole thing. Is it possible to be happy and salty at the same time? It's called life, my friend. Life is accepting that you will be both happy and salty and loving every fucking minute of it, right? I accept the fact that I'm not going to be happy about stuff. And I've learned to like smile and laugh when shit gets fucked up, right? Because that's just life. And if you get super salty about everything, you're going to have a horrible life, man. So just enjoy it. Things are going to get fucked up. Things are going to get weird, but you know, enjoy it. Even enjoy the decline. Right? As the world burns, be sipping your tea like everything is fine. Tank Theta says, how would I do that? I care about high quality. And I like to build a company like that. Organizing and ensuring artists do the job well. Well, you need, it's work. It's real work. I mean, it's not easy, right? And I didn't mean for this to become a fucking business lecture, but here we go. You know, because I represent businesses, I represent people. A lot of times people think stuff is easy. They want it to be easy. It's not. If you care about high quality, here's what you need to do. You need to get people that are good at what they do, good riggers, good modelers. You need to get somebody who's a really good marketer, right? Most companies don't put enough into marketing. You need to get somebody who's a really good marketer, or who's really good on the tech side, or making the website, or doing the advertising, right? Somebody who's very organized, who's business savvy, because people that are organized and very good with administration are typically not creatives. So you need to merge that. You need a creative for the modeling and rigging, and you need an admin who's good with the details. I'm not good with details. I outsource details when I can, if I can, right? I'm good with, it's weird. I'm good with contracts and I'm good with those sort of details. But in terms of like admin stuff, I have to make lists and stuff like that. I have to like force myself to be better at that, because that's not my strength, right? I tend on the more creative side. Right? But not fully hippie creative. It's a little bit of a like 70-30. All of us were normies before our first birth. Exactly. So like, I think about myself. I liked anime. Was I a normie? Right? And I love how I have aunties that say, you're not weeb enough. You're not a real weeb. People were trying to say, you're not a real weeb because you don't know the exact date every anime season is going to launch. You're a fake weeb. Like, what are your criteria? You know, like, what the fuck are your criteria? Before I knew about VTubers, I was just a guy who liked anime, right? And now I love watching VTuber clips. I love VTubers. I think it's a great industry. It's fantastic, right? Now, not all VTubers are created equal. Some are bad, some are good, right? Nerd says, can I sue a VTuber for announcing most American karaoke and not bringing me? Yes, that's a class action suit. America versus whoever didn't sing Freebird. That's fucked up. That's fucked up. John the Beard for 20 Swiss francs said, watching you for years. What's up? I'm not American. Eat dick, Weibo. That's a video? I don't know, whatever. Anyways, what can I do to become a VTuber? And then I don't care about real work. Then again, I don't care about work. What if a person is like, don't fuck with me or else? Is that person like functional on YouTube? Wait, what? Well, I don't know. Like, John, appreciate you, brother. If you want to become a VTuber, like, there's a lot of videos on there on how to become a VTuber. I'm not the best person to ask, but from what I understand, you need to think out your concept. You need to think out who you're marketing to. You need to think out what you're doing, your style, your presentation. And you also need to be able to dedicate the life of a streamer, right? But even as a non-American, I appreciate all my non-Americans. I appreciate Switzerland. I actually fucking love Switzerland. It's a great country. It's beautiful. If it wasn't in Europe, it's one of the places I would consider living. It's really gorgeous. I mean, the nature in Switzerland is actually fucking gorgeous. I would live in Switzerland or like Western, like Tyrol, like Western Austria. I would definitely live there if they weren't in Europe. And if they were like, you know, cool. Also, if they were less regulatory, right? The taxes were lower, everything. There's a little bit more freedom, personal liberty. I would be down. I'd be down. Hell said, oh, you're an anime fan, huh? Name every animator between 75 That's exactly what I'm talking about, right? You're a fake weeb because you can't name every animator born between 75 and 85. That's exactly the type of question. You know, that I love it. I love it. Boog says, weebs will always gatekeep other weebs. It's the law. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And if I go into certain old anime, I can gatekeep people out. I have stuff that I know about that people haven't. I have fucking manhwas I'm reading right now. I've just read a manhwa about somebody who goes to Habsburg times. They're an American soldier that goes to Habsburg times, and they reform the Holy Roman Empire. They also form a semi-harem to like reunite the German people, right? In like the 14 or 1500s. It's like a crazy manhwa, right? But like I listen to some niche shit. It's just one of these long isekai names. Like I was a loser, but then I went back in time and created a harem of beautiful women or something. I don't forget the fuck of it. One of those long names, you know. I listen to some weird niche shit. Yeah, it's weird. It's weird. But manhwa gets that. Manhwa does that. Manhwa has some like really obscure stuff. Agro says, have you seen a clip of Pippa corporate spying? No? Please send that to me. Please send that to me. Have you been to Poland? Many times. I love Poland. Szczęść Boże. Dziękuję. Right? I love it. I love the piwo, right? The beer, right? Vodka. I remember the first time I went to Poland, I was drinking with these Polish girls, and I was such a little punk bitch. And I was such a little fake tough guy. I was like 19 years old. And these girls, they were my age, 18, 19 years old as well. We were drinking together, and they were like small Polish girls. I'm 6'6", and I was drinking a lot in the US. And I was like, I'm going to outdrink you. And they're like, okay, let's drink some Polish vodka. So we got Zubrowka, which is, if you don't know Zubrowka, let me show you Zubrowka. Zubrowka is the drink with bison grass in it. So it's got a piece of grass that's like drank by the European bisons, because Poland, in case you don't know, Poland's one of the few places that they have bisons, or the Wisnets or Wizens, you know, however you want to pronounce it, in Europe, right? They found them in like some random forest, and they've been like breeding them back. So they've got this piece of bison grass. We were drinking Zubrowka. Within an hour, I was vomiting in a trash can as these girls that were like 5'4", 5'5", were laughing at me. It was one of the most shameful moments of my life when I was vomiting in this trash can as these girls were laughing at me. It was absolutely great. I totally took the L to a bunch of Polish girls. So that was a fundamental experience in my life of don't talk shit. Hypnotic and Rapture says, VTuber Alicia De Lontano rigs the models free on stream. You should watch her working with quality assurance. You save money, Messenger. Yeah, no, and look, it's fine, but guess what? I mean, I'm going to be real with you. That's awesome. That's awesome. I'll watch it. I'll hit her up. Maybe she'll come on stream and I'll talk about why she does what she does. But she can't do it at a professional level. She can't scale. One person can't scale. That's just reality. And I'm not trying to be an asshole. I'm just stating reality, right? And I know this hurts people, but like, if you want a professional company, you need to be able to scale, which means you need multiple people that provide a high quality service. That's what scaling is. It's the difference between a corporation and an individual, is that you can do more volume. So when you get 100 orders for models, you can fulfill that because you've got the talent and the people to do that. You've got queuing, you've got directing, right? Yeah, I love this one. You're a lawyer. Name every law, statute, and corporate policy of every jurisdiction and company on earth. Yes, because lawyers are barred in every country on earth. No, it's not how it works. That's definitely not how it works, right? You have your niche and you know about your niche. Oh, Alice Ja. Okay, cool. I'll check her out. Check it out. Yeah, the Polish W is the same as the W. Yeah, like vodka is vodka. You know, it's like vodka. You know, Viznet. No, so yeah. It's great. Professional equal can hit the deadline even with people sick. Yes, this is a good standard. You should be able to hit deadlines. You shouldn't be missing deadlines, right? And you should be able to provide an update if there is a delay, and exactly an estimate or a rough estimate on how long it's going to be. If there's a hurricane or some big thing that happens, you should be able to say, hey, it's going to delay us 2 weeks. Right? 2 weeks. All right, let's get into Disney real quick. This is some fucked up shit, guys. So I saw this story. People were forwarding it to me from Clownfish TV. So I'm going to get into it. Oh, real quick. John Lieber for 20 Canadian says, waxing poetic about the Habsburg monarchy can go sideways. Also, I'm Polish, so watch out for the Polish section at the liquor store. I know. I'm aware. And look, listen, I'm not like, it was just a crazy story, right? I just like manhwa that like go back and they do the historical side of things, you know, and it could have been, you know, going back to the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth and like making that fucking awesome and taking over the world. It could have been anything. I like those that are interesting because it talks about history and talks about invention. It talks about, you know, things that push society forward. I think that's interesting to me. That stuff is interesting to me. But anyways, so Disney Plus is apparently trying to block people from suing for wrongful death. So could Disney Plus derail a wrongful death lawsuit after a woman died at Disney World? So a woman died at Disney World. She was at the Raglan Road Irish pub. This is at Disney Springs for those that haven't been there. She warned the restaurant of her serious food allergies. After the meal, she dropped dead. She collapsed and dropped dead. She had an extreme allergy to dairy and nuts, right? And so she died of this. So Disney is now trying to block her lawsuit because she subscribed to Disney Plus. I'm not kidding you. So they are trying to say that this woman, because she subscribed to Disney Plus, and because Disney Plus has an arbitration clause that is very broad, and it says if you have any claim against Disney arising out of anything whatsoever, any claim against Disney, you are compelled to go to mandatory arbitration. To which I say, absolutely.
Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you!
That is the most disgusting, horrible perversion of an arbitration clause, and a judge is absolutely going to throw that out. Now, people have asked me, though, they've been like, Andrew, is this new? Is this crazy? No. The thing is, and the fucked up thing is, which I'm going to tell you guys today, and this is part of my legal education here, is that other companies have been trying this shit for half a decade, okay? Let me go to this study by Pepperdine. This is a study on use of arbitration clauses. So they went out and did a study on, this is in 2023, on other big social media sites using arbitration clauses. Facebook used to, we'll get into that, they used to try to use it, but they were compelled to remove it, right? WhatsApp still uses an arbitration clause, right? Pinterest uses one, right? TikTok uses one. Snapchat uses one. So you've got big platforms using them. Reddit does not, LinkedIn does not, Twitter does not, X does not, Instagram does not, YouTube does not, and Facebook does not anymore. Now, why doesn't Facebook use a arbitration clause anymore? Because they tried something similar, right? They tried to use it in this sort of way, and they had to dump it because they were publicly shamed. They were publicly shamed because they got widespread criticism. So what we need to do is we do need to criticize Disney for this. We do need to pass this around because widespread shame is the only way we're going to get Disney to drop this out of their terms for Disney Plus and to tell them that they can't use this to stop somebody who died from suing them. And guys, when I was covering these Disney lawsuits, I was trying to explain how bad faith Disney is. Disney is a disgusting corporation, and they will use the lowest of the low of legal tactics and procedure to try to fuck you. They will use the worst interpretation of civil procedure to delay, and try to screw you. They try to bleed you of every single bloody cent so that you lose and so you run out of money. They're trying to drain your lawyer, and so you run out before they do. Your lawyer gets tired and asks for money and you can't pay it before they do. This is Disney's tactic. This is why I go so hard on the rat, right? It's why I have rat emojis in the chat. Tomorrow, lad, dropping the rat emoji. I put this out here. I go hard on them because they are, at times, they are Niji Sanji on steroids. They are the American Niji Sanji. This is why my coverage of these two corporations is so fervent, because they represent the worst in corporate America and the worst in corporate Japan. This is absolutely disgusting corporate behavior. I could see Niji Sanji doing something like this too, by the way, right? I could see them having something that is their fault and they try to get out of it because, there was in the contract, right? This is the type of stuff where they use their money to abuse people, and it's something we cannot stand for. As Americans, as citizens of the world, we cannot stand for this anywhere, this type of abuse, because it is just absolute abuse. It's nothing but abuse of the system, period, hands down. Absolutely disgusting. Real quick, that's what I got for that. So I hope this gets thrown out for a judge. I imagine it will be, but I absolutely am opposed to it. All right. We got some stuff on locals, and we got some super chats here. So over here, Joe Schmo for 10, thank you on local, says, my colleagues are exhibiting at Anime Expo. Shout out to the people at Anime Expo. Visit J-List, J18 Publishing, and Jast USA at booth number 1221 in the literal base department, 18 plus section in the basement of the LA Convention Center. Tell them Joe Schmo, 1 of 3, sent you. So Joe Schmo, 1 of 3, sent you to the hentai section, 18 plus section, to go to booth number 1221. And absolutely, the 18 plus section.
Not as in, I cannot absolve you. Mega based.
Super based in the 18 plus section. Shout out to the 18 plus section. Appreciate that. All right. Over here on YouTube, we've got Boog, who says, why are people going nuts over Blackstone and buying Infocom? The site they run, Metacomics, is Shoujo and Romance. By the way, read Queen Bee Mana. I will check it out. Okay, let me cover this real quick. So I posted on this, right? So this is Blackstone. They bought out, and I covered this on Go East Gentlemen. They bought out this company Infocom. Now, Infocom owns a number of things, but the thing that makes the most money is this manga platform called Mecha Comics, right? Now, Mecha Comics, people are saying, oh, look, it's BlackRock getting into Japan. They're buying out Japan. Well, first of all, this platform, right, caters to Fujoshis, right? Now, Fujoshis can bring in a lot of money, right? They can, right? but it's Fujos. It's 30 and 40-year-old women. So this is not like they're taking over your base shonen and they're changing it to super woke, right? They're taking over stuff that's marketed to women, and it's going to continue to be marketed to women. In fact, it's actually content that doesn't really go over well in the West. So they're not going to be able to modify it that easily for the West, right? It's not something that's going to go quickly over to the West. It's gonna be a slow thing. And the sales model is not the model we have in the West. It's not going to work the same way. So to me, I'm like, but people are saying, we got to stop them. We got to hold the line. Well, that's a Japanese thing. And if Japan wants to stop Western equity from investing, then they've got to change their laws about Western equity investing in Japanese stock market, right? They would have to change the rules on a national level, right? But look, listen, what I think we should do is if they try to change anything, we should call it out, call it a specific change they're making, right? But that may be a dead end purchase where they end up losing their money. And why not let them buy some stuff that's going to go to Fujos that are going to end up, that market, the Fujo market, like, yeah, it exists. Yeah, it's there, but it's a kind of a dead end, right? The Fujo market is kind of a dead end, right? You're kind of stuck in that market. So I'm not that worried about that. I'm really not that worried about that. Invader Talk says, corpos rely on their fuck you money to, fuck you. Well, that's true. It's true. Ain't a hoe, don't sell D-sticks. Just want to tell the story. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah. Happy Alpha O says happy 4th. USA. We'll catch the VOD tonight, y'all. Awesome. We'll leave a comment. And guys, if you're catching the replay, make sure to leave a comment. I check out those comments. I read them. Go through and like them. Appreciate that. But yeah, I don't think people should freak out about it. Japan is not being taken over by anybody now. Neither is Korea. Neither is China, right? There's no way for them to come out here and take over all these industries. It's just not going to happen. Okay, somebody showed me this clip of Pippa corporate spying. So let's play that real quick here. This is what somebody sent to me. They sent me in a super chat, so we'll play.
Oh my god. I have some people that I snitch to with everything, right? Where it's like, oh, I heard about like this new thing that's coming out. I heard these leaks. I'm gonna pass it on to this person because they are like the designated
Sakana
person. Is that Sakana? Yes.
Yes.
I remember I was talking to someone and she was like, I can't tell you because you'll tell Sakana immediately. And I was like, what? She was like, I have info about a thing, but I can't tell you because you're Sakana's lapdog and you'll tell him immediately. And I was like, what do you mean? And she was like, if I tell you anything, you have to like swear on your life. And I'm like, what? What the fuck? I didn't realize it was that obvious. But yeah, anytime I find anything out, I tell my boss. Because like that's what like you should do, right? Not like people's personal problems or whatever, right? But like if another VTuber company is coming out with a new gen or whatever and I hear about it, like of course I'm gonna tell my boss. That's
so no one is gonna tell Pippa anything. So Pippa is not gonna be trustworthy with any secrets at all whatsoever. Okay, got it.
Valuable information. That's valuable information. It's valuable information. Or stuff like, I saw this on a website about this. It might be true. It might not be. Here you go. It's just good to keep people in the know. Okay, I probably shouldn't say this. I think
Pippa is a fed. She's snitching right now. Pippa is a glowy confirmed.
But I'm gonna be a leaky faucet, chat. Another company. I will not ever say which company, but another company reached out to me. Let's say they found my personal contact somehow, and they reached out to me. This other company, and they were like messaging me, asking to hire me. Right? And I was like, I immediately went to Sakana. And I was like, hey, these people reached out to me. And he was like, okay, just ignore him, I guess. And I was like, no, actually. And I went through the interview process with this company and I wrote down everything they said. I wrote down everything that they said. I asked them so many questions and I wrote down everything and then I gave it to Zakana.
That is actual, that is edging on corporate espionage, Pippa.
Like, I'm not gonna fucking leave my company. Like, what the fuck do you want? What the fuck do you mean? What did you think that was? What did you think that was gonna happen?
I love it though. I love it. It's great. It's very based.
What did you think was gonna happen?
Pippa
They
dying
reached
here.
out to me. Okay, this wasn't like, oh, I'm gonna reach out to other companies and try and find out more about them. These people reached out to me. All right, and listen. It would take a lot for me to leave Face Connect. It would take a lot.
How much? What's the price, Pippa? What's the price? What is Pippa's price? How much, Rabbit? How much?
If you're not gonna offer me the fucking world, basically, why would I leave? I have things like perfect here. I can live comfortably. I'm surrounded by wonderful coworkers. I have a community that I love. Contract's great. Everything's great. Why would I leave? Like, of course I'm gonna fucking narc on you if you try and fucking reach out to me, fucking idiot. At least make me sign an NDA first, dumbass.
See, that is fucking dumb. Pippa's on point here. The Rabbit is on point here. The fact that they went through an interview process and they gave away secrets, or at least what she perceives as valuable information, and they didn't make her sign an NDA? Bruh, come on. Like, you didn't make her sign an NDA and you're just leaking stuff like a fucking, like, come on. Now that's sloppy. That's sloppy lawyering. That's sloppy lawyering. Just saying, that's very sloppy lawyering on their part. F lawyering. Sounds like Niji. Yeah. Probably was Niji with that sloppy, with the
monkey
the fucking monkey level lawyering. That sounds like Niji.
They should have made me sign the fucking NDA, but they didn't. I talked to them for like a fucking hour. It was such a great moment, chat. I'm a rat. I'm a fucking rat. I'm a Chloe.
Oh, no, this is great. Oh, my God. Jackals, Latera gets a Pippa the Pinkerton. Yes, base. Shout out for the historic reference to the Pinkertons, which would go out and on behalf of corpos would commit all sort of dastardly deeds if you look up the Pinkertons. You know, absolutely great based history there. Thank you, Jackals. Good stuff. Good stuff. That's actually a really, really good one. So appreciate you guys dropping that one. That was a really great one. Beowulf said, you should see the short videos VTuber cringe on Twitter posted on Anime Expo. The Niji booth was empty. Hollow V shows were popping. Okay, let me see if I can find that. VTuber cringe X. Okay. So let's see if I can find this. Holy shit. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I found, holy shit, cover is packed. Let's just scroll down. I think this is pretty safe. There's only boobs here, so we'll start on the boobs, then we'll go further, right? So this is posted by VTuber Cringe on X. We'll do a quick scroll here. So, you know, America. Okay, appreciate that. Appreciate this is what America is meant to be, guys. This is what America is meant to be. All right. So you see right here, Fuamoko fucking killing it. Okay, we're going to get struck for that music, but there you go. USA, good stuff. So scrolling down here, look at this. Fuamoko started packed cover corporation. Packed, right? Huge turnout. You got a Pippa cosplayer. Huge turnout here. Joint Mirth Booch looking good for V4 Mirai. Doki's got a huge turnout, right? Doki, huge turnout. HoloLive turnout. Okay, trying to find the empty Niji booth, right? HoloLive doing all right. Let's see. Can we find the empty Niji booth? Is that here? Okay. Oh, I remember that. This is the same thing I saw when I came into the US. Same thing I saw. Okay, I don't see the empty Niji booth, but I believe you. I believe you that it was empty. And the fact that Doki and her full booth is like right across from that, it's great. It's great. Wizards of the Coast actually used Pinkertons to go after a guy who had preview cards. Oh, wow. I scrolled past it? Well, maybe because I didn't see anything. Creative Burst says, second HoloLive EN sold out in hours, which helped them get bigger and bigger stages. Awesome. Awesome. Royal Onion said, I'm late, but can you quickly explain how a stock buyback was even supposed to help stocks? Confuse me. Sure. So stock buybacks are supposed to encourage buying of the stock. They're supposed to encourage an uptrend. They're supposed to change what's called a bear trend, which is a downward trend, into an upward trend. And this is just, once again, I'm not telling you any financial advice. Let me put on the banner once again so weirdos don't get weird, right? This is not financial advice. I'm not telling you what stocks to buy and not buy. I'm just trying to explain what a bull trend is and what a bear trend is. Obviously, I'm not an expert in this. You know, do not rely upon my financial advice, right? Definitely don't rely on my financial advice. I'm a lawyer, not a financial analyst. That said, I know what a bull and a bear trend are. So right now, this stock on a 5-year basis, it is going down, right? We are in a downward trend. And even on a yearly basis, we're in a downward trend. They tried to break that trend and go upwards. See, you saw it was tanking. This entire spike here, this jump from 2,300 to 2,800 was entirely a corporate buyback. So the corporation is buying back its own stock in the hope of encouraging others to start moving them. Yes, they are trying to manipulate their own stock. So that's what they're trying to do there. That did not work. That has failed. And you see that because the bull trend, you know, appears to be broken here, right? And also they failed to hit a higher top. So the top here was like 2,800. Then it went to 2,805. Sorry, 2,864, 2,805. And then it was dropping back down to 2,400. So it looks like they're entering back into that general bear trend, right? So that buyback did not help, right? They're going to have to continue to do that to try to prop up their stock. And they have to burn capital that they could be spending on their talents. And this is millions of dollars. Right? They could be spending on their own company and talents. And instead, they're just pissing away their money to buy their own stock. Right? And they couldn't even get it back over 3,000. They couldn't even get it up. Guys, it's like taking Cialis and you can't even smash, you know? Like you're taking a bunch of Viagra, you're maxing out, and you still can't go plus ultra, you know? It's pathetic. That's the level of patheticness. Jackal Zatara Argentum said, from leveling towns to rifling commies to being fat guards outside metro rail stations and enlisting VTube shock jocks, Pinkertons have fallen far. Happy 4th of July, by the way. Happy 4th. Celebration, everybody out there. Shout out to everybody out there who is staying American. It is absolutely fucking awesome. Pinkertons are available for hire. Need Magic the Gathering cards? Yeah. They've fallen very, very, very far. The Pinkertons. All right. Let me do one more clip here, and that's what we got for today. And that is sent to me by, I think Hypnotic sent this one, which is why Filian cannot be taken seriously.
What is your pronoun?
My pronouns are she, them.
She, them?
Can I she, them titties?
They serve the 2 fingers,
Most women serve 2 fingers.
but you are maidenless.
Hey! Touch your toes, you idiot. You can't. Oh no, Chad, touch my toes. Ha ha, you're so funny, dude. Oh, can I tell you my pronouns?
So that's what we got for today. Thank you for that clip. That's great. When also Spooky Trooper said they should have invested in orange juice concentrate. Indeed, it would have been a better long-term investment. But that's what we got for guys today. Make sure you stay based. I'll see you guys next time. And never forget the
Long, long